Shanmugapriya, your lecturer, and welcome to the anatomy lesson on osteology of the forearm, bones, the radius, and ulna. Today we will dive into the structure, functions, and muscle attachments, and also the blood supply, innervation, and clinical aspects of these two crucial bones. Where you are a student, a medical professional, or just curious about human anatomy, sick around. This will be a straightforward and visual. Let's start with radius. So basically, the introduction about radius is that radius is one of the two bones in the forearm, alongside the ulnar. It is located on the lateral side. So in this hand, the lateral portion is this one. When it comes to the anatomical position, that's the thumb side. When your arm is in the anatomical position with the palms facing forward, it runs from the elbow all the way down to the wrist. At the proximal end, it articulates with the humerus to form a part of the elbow joint. At the distal end, the bottom, it comes in contact with the carpal bones to create a wrist joint. Think of the radius as the rotator bone. It also allows you to turn your palm up or down, which is essential for everyday movements like twisting a doorknob. And now we are just moving to the parts of radius and mainly the proximal end. This includes the head, neck, and radial tuberosity. The head is a disc shaped and it articulates with a capitulum of humerus. That's the round part of the bottom of upper arm bone. Below that, it is a narrow neck, and then there is a radial tuberosity, a rough bump where the biceps brachii muscle inserts. And then this is the key for supination or rotating your forearm outward. This proximal end also forms the proximal radio-ulnar joint, allowing rotation between the radius and ulna. Now we are moving to the shaft. So the shaft is the longest middle part and it is slightly curved, convex laterally like a gentle bow. It has an intraosseous border, a sharp edge that connects to the ulna via a tough membrane called intraosseous membrane. This membrane also helps to stabilize the forearm and transmit forces. You will also find a nutrient foramen, which is a small hole for the blood vessels to enter the bone. The shaft has the sites for muscle attachments, including flexors on the front and extensors at the back. And now we are just moving into the distal end of the radius. So at the distal end, the things get interesting for the wrist function. There's a styloid process, a pointy lateral projection. You can feel at the wrist on the thumb side. The ulnar notch articulates with the ulna to form the distal radio-ulnar joint. The articular surface connects with the carpal bones like scaphoid and lunate. This area is critical in wrist surgeries because misalignment can affect hand motility. And then just moving to the muscle attachments, that is flexor. Let's talk muscles on the flexor side, anterior. Okay. So the biceps brachii is attached to the radial tuberosity for supination. And then comes the pronator teres at the mid shaft for pronation, turning the palm down. And then flexor digitorum superficialis on the anterior shaft, which flexes your fingers, and flexor pollicis longus also on the anterior shaft for the thumb flexion. These muscles help for the gripping and fine movements. And next, the muscle attachments in the extensor. So it is on the posterior side. Supinator are the proximal radius for supination, and extensor pollicis brevis on the posterior shaft for the thumb extension. Abductor pollicis brevis on the posterior shaft for thumb extension. Abductor pollicis longus also posterior for the thumb adduction. And then extensor pollicis longus on the posterior shaft for the thumb extension. And then these are your back of the arm muscles for opening the hand.